Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Because I forgot my microphones. So, are we good? You all hear me? All right, let me get to the comments. There you are. All right. Good morning. I am here in my sister's dining room. No Barb, no Eric, no dogs. I am alone, like alone, which never happens. So, all right. Good morning. All right. Can everybody hear me? Because I just answered your question, Cindy, and I don't know if that's because you can't hear me. So, yes. Terry says, yes, I can hear you. Okay, so we're good. All right. I am in my sister's dining room right now because I am in North Carolina and she is at work, and Hudson, her dog, is at daycare because that's where he goes sometimes. I've had him for the last 2 days, which has been super fun. He's an easy dog. But we have a lot going on today. I have my class this afternoon, she's teaching, and then she has something to go do something later. So I'm just hanging out all by myself. So I have not been like alone like this, like not in a hotel in forever. It's very, very weird. So it's really quiet here. So my sister lives in North Carolina outside of Raleigh, and so I have been here since Tuesday? Tuesday. I can't, Cindy, I can't do anything with my camera because I don't have a tripod. So I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to make do. I don't have my tripod, it is stacked on top of boxes. So I can only do what I can do. I am trying my hardest here to make you guys happy, so just bear with me, and that's all. So, let's see here. What do we have? What do I have to tell you? Well, I'm just thinking. You know what? I'm gonna zip my mouth. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some things that are not on the website, but that are going to be coming soon. So I will only show you if you all promise to be kind and not ask me 100 times where everything is, because I'm one person and I'm also away right now. So I want to show you some stuff that's going to be coming starting next week and then kind of rolling out afterwards. All right, because as soon as I show you and you all start emailing me and messaging me and saying, where is it? And then I can't give it to you, don't be mad. So first things first, we're going to start with the stuff that is not as important to everybody. Earrings, because some of you had asked. So I'm going to show you some of the earrings that are coming, and we're super up close today because some of the stuff I want to show you, I want you to see up close. This has nothing to do with my face. So for any of you that don't like my pores, like that one lady, she's not going to like this video, but that's okay. We're not doing this for her. So I wanted to show you some of the new acrylic that we have. So I have daisies. So we have new earrings coming. And let me see here. This is so cute. I need you to see these like up close. The bees. How cute are the little bees in the honeycomb? So we're going to have new earrings and new earring styles. So these are the ones that you guys always get, you know, the little teardrop kind of shape, because they're just fun and easy and they show off the acrylic. But I have a couple of new styles, like this one. How cute are those? So I know they're not for everybody because not everybody wears earrings and not everybody wears long earrings, but these are one of my favorites. We also have the mushrooms and the snails. How cute are those? So as soon as I get back and I can get them all photographed, because I don't have a ruler with me, so I can't photograph them with sizes. Let's see here. Well, you know what, Jenny? Some people are just sad in general, and yes, somebody said one of my videos was so close that she could see my pores. She could not. My skin looks good, but I don't care. Listen, I only make fun of the haters because it's fun. It's fun for me. It's not because I'm giving them what they want. It's not because I want them to have attention. It's because it makes me laugh, and that's my way of dealing with things. So if you're going to be a fart, then I'm going to make fun of you. So that's how it goes. So look at the rubber duckies. Like, how cute are those? Because who doesn't want rubber duckies? How do I decide on the designs for the earrings? The acrylic or like the shape? So I will tell you both. The design, like the shape of them, I love doing these because I can do them, I can scale them really easily into like different sizes. See, like those. I can do a small, I can do a large, and it shows off the print really well. The acrylic is like, it's like the cork in a bag or the fabric. We want to see the really pretty print. So when we get this beautiful print and we make a tiny little wallet, we can't see it as well. So I like to do something where you can actually see it, something really cute. Connie, I knew these were going to make you happy. This was all really for you, just so you know. The other way that I find designs is sometimes I see something, like sometimes I'm in Target, sometimes I'll see something online, something will pop up, and it's not even like it's an advertisement for that. Somebody's wearing something, I'm like, oh, that's really cute. So, let's see here. So, you're laughing a lot. Well, that is what I do. Let me show you this little design. Yes, it comes printed. I'll show you in another up close. So this was another one, and it's not reading as well because it's a print. The one that I saw was actually white, and then it had wood on the top. So, other things to play around with when I get home. So yes, I'm gonna show you one of these not on the card. So this is the front. That's like the glossy side. And if you turn to the back, right here is like where the print is. So you see that? So it's like, in a way, it's kind of like clear vinyl. Because it has the print on one side, but you see it on the other. So that's how it comes. And the company that I buy the acrylic from, one of their specialties is jewelry. One of the specialties of their customers, I should say, is jewelry. So that's why they do a lot of these really tiny prints. You can also have stuff custom printed, which I have not done with them before, but that's how they come. And so I can, like this one almost looks, actually, hold on, I'll show you this one. This one almost has like a paint swirl effect. I think it might even be called that. So you get different colors and different looks. Like no two are going to be exactly the same. The other ones are printed with a theme, and they'll make anything. And I've watched them expand in the year that I've been doing this, how many things they've been adding. And it's really cool. And now that I've been making more earrings, well, maybe not as many as Connie wants, but now that I've been really getting into making earrings, because I found them and didn't know what to do with it. Now that I've been making more jewelry, it's been fun. And look at these. I don't know if Shelly is here, but these made me think of her. The little bicycles, like how freaking cute are those? So this is just like kind of what they do. And then it works for what we do. And I haven't done anything else with the printed acrylic aside from the Christmas ornaments and the earrings. If you ever think of anything, give me an idea, because I love all of your ideas. So I've got the little studs too. So the studs are cute. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this screen because my computer keeps freezing. Will I have them for sale and to purchase at Raleigh? I sure will. I'm going to bring them with me. My sister asked me that yesterday. She goes, are you bringing these with you? And I was like, well, yeah, I have them. And don't worry, because I'm going to take them home, photograph them, do a few more pairs, and then they'll be on the website. So be on the lookout for a newsletter. I'm hoping that by the time I get home, like middle of next week, I should have them out. So hang in there. And I know a lot of you had asked for studs, so I'm doing like a little 3-pack because they're just really cute. And I've got all sorts of different things. So that's what I have been doing here in my free time, in between feeding squirrels and watching Hudson. And I also wanted to say, not that she's watching, but today is my sister's birthday. So my little baby sister is 24 today, which is blowing my mind. So yeah, so I'm here to teach, but I'm also here because it's her birthday weekend. So I'm hanging out until Monday. I'll drive home Monday. So tomorrow, after my last class, we're going out to do, I have no idea what. My sister forgets sometimes that I am old enough to be her mother. So taking me out to a bar is going to be a really interesting experience for both of us. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but Sunday might be a really long day. So, all right, let me look because we're going to talk about some sublimation stuff. That's where we're going next. All right. So, oh, you're in Augusta. Augusta. Why is that such a hard word for me? I want to say August. So you're a Virginia native, moved to Memphis. I have never lived anywhere except for New York. um, so yes, I am going to be at the Garner Sewing, the sewing room of Garner. It depends. The website is Garner Sewing. The name of the company is the Sewing Room of Garner. I will be there today and I will be there tomorrow until 4 o'clock. Today I am there 3 to 8. So zipper pulls. You guys want zipper pulls, but I don't know exactly what you want for zipper pulls. Do you want like a little charm like this that hooks onto a zipper? Is that what you want? Because I need to know what you want. Because this is all about you. Can I make acrylic buttons and belt buckles? Probably. Have I tried that? No, but I probably could. Buttons might be kind of fun to add like a little button. I don't know if I've sewn a button on a very long time. So these are fun. Okay, so before we go any further, the next thing that I'm going to show you is something that I have been working on, something that I will be selling in the near future, still kind of working out the process, the kinks, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to ask you to do me one tiny little favor. If you would, you're welcome to leave comments here, but just remember, I can't see these comments once we're done for like 2 days. It takes like 48 hours for, excuse me, the live comments to catch up. So it's a weird thing with YouTube Live. If you comment later on, if you're watching this and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm not live anymore, those comments I see immediately. But all of your comments right now, like Cheryl Taylor, happy birthday with a balloon to your sister. I can see that right now, but I can't see it for a couple days when this is done. So what I'm going to show you and talk to you about, if you have ideas, throw them out there for me. Either put them on Facebook, because I will post some of these later, or send me an email. Those are the best ways, because then I can kind of keep everything together. So I want to show you what I've been working on with sublimation, okay? So the whole point in me getting the sublimation printer was because I had some ideas, and I finally figured out how to make them work the way that I want them to. I think I'm like 98% there. So that's why these are not going to be on the website until I am 100% happy. I want to sew with them. I want to try them out. I want to iron them. I want to do all the stuff that you're going to do to make sure that they look really good. Before I show you, I'm going to just keep dragging this out. I'm just looking at your comments because I like to absorb all of it now, because literally they go away for a little while. So yes, zippers, okay. Charms and keychains. I have done keychains and I just keep forgetting to do them and put them on the website. I did them for goodie bags for one of our in-person retreats. And somebody else had an idea, if my computer would cooperate. Pendants. I do make pendants and I did not get any cut because I couldn't find my chains. This is the downfall of starting yet another hobby and having 2 different locations and in the middle of it moving, because this all started when we were moving last year. So I have to find my chains or buy new chains, and then you will be getting pendants. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, so happy birthday to everybody and happy upcoming birthday. So will I be talking about how to do the sublimation? I am going to, and I'm going to keep it kind of sort of brief here because I want to do like a tutorial on it. Like we're not zoomed in trying to look at stuff and do it live. I want to do one of my regular tutorials on sublimation. And the reason is I don't usually gatekeep and not tell you guys stuff. I know that there are some people out there that think, why would you give all that information to people? But me, I couldn't find any of the information I needed. And if somebody else wants it, I want to share with them. I want to show you what the process is, because I know that it's, it's interesting to some people. And it's also helpful to some people. I've watched some amazing videos, and I've watched some videos where I've gotten so frustrated because I'm like, I want one piece of information and you won't give it to me. So I understand. So yes, Teresa, I will talk more in depth, but if you have questions, please let me know. I also very badly want to make some Glowforge videos because I have my laser and some other things. I do a lot of stuff. I even want to do some jewelry videos. This summer has been already hectic and it's like barely even the middle of May. So I just need time to get caught up with stuff. And we're starting our in-person classes in like a week. I think next week is my first official class, I believe. If you're signed up, don't worry. I know where to be and when I'm supposed to be there, but I forget. Okay. So sublimation. Let's talk about what it is, what the basics are of it, in case you don't know and you wonder what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to show you what I've been playing around with, what worked and what didn't work, because I think I brought all of the stuff that also didn't work because it's kind of fun to see that too. So sublimation, excuse me, sublimation is a special process that uses a sublimation printer, and that printer uses special paper. So this is a sub. I don't know if I'm backwards to you guys or not. I'm trying to see on the computer. I don't think that I am because I have my camera facing me. So this is one of the types of paper. It just feels like a regular paper. It doesn't feel special. This is something that I purchased back before I had a printer. So the sublimation paper also requires sublimation ink. It's a whole process. Your printer is making you a heat transfer. And with that heat transfer comes some stipulations. So you'll see on here first how dull this is, like how it looks really, really dull. That is something that if you ever go online and purchase a sublimation print from someone, and you can get them on Etsy, they're all over the place. You can get stuff pre-printed. You can even have people make you custom prints. If you ever buy one and you have this like vibrant, beautiful, like, okay, here's my phone. You have colors like this and you get it back looking like this. It's not wrong. The colors activate when you heat set them. So sublimation is a heat transfer. It needs to be heat activated. And the best way to do that is using a heat press. You can do it with an iron, but your results are not always going to be what you want because we can't control the temperature and the pressure of our irons the same way we can a heat press. So if you have a heat press and you want to buy sublimation prints, you're already set up to do that. And you don't have to buy a sublimation printer. I wanted to buy the printer because I wanted to make my own, and I wanted to make them and have them when I wanted them to, or wanted them. I didn't want to have to order and like now I have to wait a few weeks. If I want something, I want it now. I know a lot of you can relate to that. I think that's why we sew, because we could just sit down and make something instead of worrying about ordering it. So you order your sublimation print, or in my case, I print it. And now this became this. Now, this was one of my first ones, so I'm still learning. It's not great. But do you see the difference in color? I don't know if you just heard that. That was my stomach growling. So this is how dull it looks. This is how vibrant, and it's not even picking up. It's not as bright as it is to me on camera. That's how bright it's going to look when you sublimate it. So here's one of the stipulations with sublimation. You can't sublimate on cotton. So if you decided you wanted to make t-shirts, you need to have something that's 65% or more polyester. So there's one of the things. This is a little mouse pad that came with my printer. They gave you like a couple blanks. That's what a sublimation blank is. This was bright white, and after I heat set it, that's how it looked. This down here was me trying to fix something and it didn't work. I'm learning. So when you get a sublimation blank, it's already prepared. It has sometimes a coating on it, depending on what it is, that helps for the sublimation inks. There's a scientific process that my sister would probably understand better than me, where the ink turns into a gas and permeates the object. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. But I'm looking at chemistry. Look at this. This is what she does for a living, okay? I don't know what any of that means. She probably understands a lot better than I do. So you can't just throw it on cotton. You have to be very careful with the substrates that you're using. Also, because it's heat set on a heat press, you don't want to put something in there that's going to melt. So my stomach is going crazy right now. So you don't want a piece of plastic. You don't want to do it on something that's not going to take the heat very well. So one of the things that I tried was vinyl because I wanted to see how it would look on vinyl. It had its moments. However, the vinyl kind of melted. That was fun. So this is just a cheap piece of white vinyl because, oh, that's the other thing with sublimation. You can't sublimate on anything that's a dark color because there is no white sublimation ink. It's going to show up better when you put it on something bright and white behind it. That's why whenever you look at sublimation blanks, they're white. So you want to put it on something that's going to make the colors really intense. Now, again, I've been playing around and I have some things. So some of the stuff I'm telling you is just stuff that I was told in the beginning, and I'm going to show you my workaround because I've made it work the way that I wanted it to. So this was a piece of inexpensive faux leather. That is a sublimation print, and it is baked in there and won't come off. I had nothing underneath here. I just decided to try it. That is the paper. It won't come off. I melted it into the vinyl. You can see the edge right here. It's like melted in. So, so that was one of the mistakes that I made. I wanted to find out because I thought, well, it's vinyl, so it's not a natural product. It's white. It did not. The math didn't math here. A plus B did not equal C. So this is my little demo of what happens when you throw it onto a piece of vinyl or anything else that, see, I can't even get it off. Anything else that's going to melt. So that's how that looks. So that was a fail. But I'm trying. I'm trying for you guys. So let's see here. Do I have any other fails? Because you're going to love these. All right. We're going to get to that in a minute. So this is also vinyl right here. But what I did differently on this one, see how there's the top of the pumpkin? I bought this print and then I decided I didn't like it, so I cut it into pieces. This one has a background. You see that right there? There is 2 layers. So there's my regular white vinyl, and then I put a layer of clear matte heat transfer vinyl. So we've been playing with heat transfer vinyl on some of the projects I've been making. That went on first, so now the sublimation went onto the Sublimation heat transfer vinyl, okay? So this is like a 2-step process, but it worked. Is there certain types of sublimation paper for different types of substrates? From what I have seen, yes, there's a slight variation, but it's not across the board, like use this for polyester, this for tumblers. It's kind of just different thicknesses and weights of sublimation paper. I haven't seen anything to date, and remember, I'm a week and a half into this. I haven't seen anything that's like, this is what you want to use if you're doing it on this. So does that exist? Possibly, but I have not seen it yet. So this right here, and you can see it's kind of hanging off the edge here. This is heat transfer vinyl, but it's sublimation heat transfer vinyl. So you can put it on top of something. I saw somebody do this in a video. She made, she's making keychains. So she decided to make an entire sheet of white vinyl, plain white vinyl, into the print that she wanted. And I was like, well, that's cool. Let me try that out. So I was really happy. It did work really, really well. But it also means that you see all of it. I mean, it's probably not showing up the same to you guys, but you see that clear if you don't trim it away. And somehow I sublimated a piece of hair into it. So, use a lint roller. Trey, have a good day. Thank you. And we'll see you next time. So yes, all the sublimation videos, they have a little one of those sticky lint rollers. That would be why, because that is a piece of hair that's never coming out of that one. So last on the vinyl, I did this one. This is another part of that print. And because the print kind of goes out, and I did trim this one down, it doesn't feel bad. It feels kind of, it's very silky. Like it feels really, really nice. I wish you guys could touch it. But the clear, which is all back here, because that white is the vinyl showing through, it doesn't bother me at all because it's all trimmed down. So it doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look as rough. So that's how that looks. I have not had a chance to sew on this. We've all, well, most of us have sewn through the heat transfer vinyl, like the glitter ones and those that have been inside of wallets, but I have not sewn through this one. So I want to sew I want to turn it. I want to do all the stuff that I would do if I was making like a flap or something, because I want to see how this vinyl holds up. So that is why you're not going to see anything on the website until it's 100%. I need to make sure that I'm happy with it. Okay, so that was vinyl. That was playing around. And I showed you guys the tumblers that I was doing, and I've been still playing with those. They're coming, they're much better. I did get a really nice little piece of advice from someone on TikTok I told you about last week, so that one worked out really nicely. So, it would be really cute. I'm sorry, I just laughed. It would be cute coming out of a little wallet. This was part of this. I think this was back here, and then there was another part to it. It was a transfer that I bought almost 2 years ago. That's how long I've been thinking about sublimation, and then I never used it. And I told Barb I had them, but then we couldn't find them, and I did find them the other day. So, where is this whole conversation going? It is going to cork, of course, because that's what I sell. That's my specialty. So the whole reason that I bought the sublimation printer is because I wanted to sublimate on cork. So I told you a little while ago that Eric has some fun print ideas that he wants to try out on cork. And it's not that I don't like the prints that he's, picking out and that he's, designing, but not everything is going to be great on a repeat. Not everything is something that you want, a big piece of with a bunch of them. You know what I mean? So some things would be fine, but other things you really just want one because you want to fussy cut it. You want to put that on something. It's for a special project. So when I was at the in-person retreat a few weeks ago, Linda was there, and Linda had purchased a piece of cork on Etsy, and it was gorgeous. I don't remember if she posted it in the group or not, but she had a couple of them, and one of them was this like rainbow colored cat, and she fussy cut it, and she put it on a Lola, and it was so awesome, and I was like, that's what I want to do. So little did I know that sublimating on cork is not easy. It's actually awful. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. And lucky for me, our manufacturer from Portugal actually reached out to me last week after seeing my YouTube when I was talking about it. Hi, Jose, if you're watching. And he reached out to me to say, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. There's a process to it. There's there's a lot more than just grab sublimation, heat press, end of story. And I have learned that. And I'm going to show you the how it comes out when you just do it on a piece of cork. And then I'm going to show you what I figured out. And what I was telling him is that it's not going to be something where I'm going to be able to sell you, yards and yards and yards of the same print. That's what I go to him for. He has the technology to do that, the printers and all the stuff. I want to do small scale little things. So this is what I was saying to you earlier. I'm going to start showing you some stuff. If you like it or you have ideas of prints that you would love to see, send me an email or leave it on Facebook. I'm going to post some of these on Facebook just like as a reminder of what we talked about today. But if you leave it in these comments, I can't see it immediately and it's harder for me to go back to it. But you're welcome to still say yes, no, whatever. And just remember a couple of other things. Again, it's not ready yet. And also, I am not doing custom. That is not, if it happens in the future, I have to be more comfortable with it. It has to become an easier process for me to get there. So please do not send me emails and ask me if I can put, your granddaughter's picture on something that you want to make for her. I'm not doing any kind of custom like that yet. Maybe in the future, but I make you no promises. The other thing is, I have no idea what I was going to say. Oh, yes, I do. My brain. If you send me an idea and you don't see it used, just remember, I get a lot of emails, a lot of messages. I have to go through all of them and see which ones are going to work immediately, and maybe it's not something that works. So don't be offended if you're like, I would love this, and then you don't see me do it. I'm going to try my best to do everything. I always try to make you guys happy. You know that. I hope you know that. So, okay, this is one of the first things that I sublimated on cork. So this is the cream. So there's my logo. That's my sad little logo. Just sublimated on cork. Looks pretty awful. It's there, but it's not great. Okay? So that's what happens with no prep You just throw it on there and that's what it looks like. So keep that in mind. Now here, where is it? Okay, you remember this from earlier on a proper sublimation background? That's how that sublimates on cork. Not great, all right? We're working on it. And I'm gonna show you the 2 different ways that I can do it. And I'd love to hear your opinions, or if you just say either one's fine and we like them both. So there's that. So then I started doing some research, and I don't know, I didn't bring that one, did I? Is this it? I didn't bring it. That's okay. I started doing some research, and a lot of people were talking about how they sublimate on wood. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. Is cork closer to wood, or is cork closer to leather? It could go either way. I followed what they did on leather, was okay. Followed what they did on wood, did not work. So to me, it's not even worth discussing because it did not work for me. It actually just made a giant mess and made my house smell bad. So what I did is, and this is what happens at a home with a home printer. I tried that clear vinyl, and you see how that looks right here? Looks bright, but you see how it's not adhered. I could probably just pull that off. And I said home printer, I meant home iron. This is what happens when you can't regulate the temperatures, right? So we don't want this. That's no good. We want this to stay on the cork. So heat press, playing with temperatures, playing with pressure, playing with a lot of stuff. This has been what has been consuming like the entire week before I left for here. I used the vinyl. Now I'm going to show you this in steps, so bear with me. I used the vinyl, so that's on there, it's right there, to do my sublimation. Now this is another print that I bought. I don't want to hear it. So this is it. I bought a bunch of horror movie prints because I wanted to make t-shirts. So I didn't like this one after I got it. So you see all this in here? That is all supposed to be white because this should be white, right? So all of the background should be white and showing through. But instead, because I used the old discontinued mocha color, that's what happens. Now that could look kind of cool if you're looking for something kind of vintagey and rustic. So it worked nicely. It feels great. It's flexible. It's not doing anything bad. When I bend it, it's not coming off because it was adhered correctly. And that's how it looks when you do something darker in the background. So that meant I was stuck with just using white or pearl white for the cork. And not everybody wants that for a bag. So I wanted to try, again, I think it's called Dragon Scales. I cut this print up into 1,000,000 pieces. So I tried that with white, I think that's the cream. So that's on the cream. This is how it looks on the natural. I still think they're both really cool, but 2 different looks. So this is the natural cork, the smooth, this is the cream. So you see how that, same exact colors, but this one reads, at least on my end, it's very burgundy, forest, like really deep. This one is bright and vibrant. That has the vinyl, so that has the clear vinyl. But again, what if you want something on a color, black, blue, whatever, and it just looks better on there? How do we fix that? So I found another product. I have been spending a lot of money and I found something else. So I'm going to show you the same print, 3 different backgrounds, 2 different techniques, actually 3 different techniques. So here's your moment. Tell me which one you like the best if you have a preference. Okay. Option number 1 on white. Isn't the fox cute? I don't know if Joe is watching, but I know she's going to love this. So this is the pearl white. So here's the fox. Now, let me try and get up close here. Can you see the lines? You see those lines right there? Now, if I was using this and I was sewing with this, I would be trimming around that, and you probably wouldn't see that in my finished product. If this was going on a flap, I would be trimming around. But I just wanted you to see how that looks, just in case maybe I'm making a Lola or something bigger. There is a line. I'm trying to get that so it picks up. So there's the line. I still see the texture of the cork. I still see all the stuff that I want. And I have really bright, vibrant colors. So I was happy with this. But I just got a new scan and cut. And I'm still playing with the scan and cut because I didn't ever do this. And I accidentally added a border to this one. So that's why this one's not perfect, but it will get better. This is the same fox on the natural cork, which I still like it. It's still bright. I still think it looks, there's both. I still think it looks really cool. It just looks different. It's not as vibrant, but I still think it came out really nicely. And now this edge right here, that should not be there. It should be trimmed better. But I used my scan and cut to go all the way around and trim it so that this can go anywhere. And in theory, that little bit won't be there. So I really like it on the natural cork too. So I do like it on here, but I really like it on the natural. There was just something about it. I know it's darker, but I don't know, I really liked it. So, and this reminded me the most of the print that Linda had that I thought was really, really cool. So I need you to keep these in your brain for a minute because I want to show you the third option. So this is going to be the way that I can put this on any color background and it won't matter because it won't show through. All right, you guys are all voting for natural. So I'm going to show you this one and then I will show you this side by side. Here is the same fox on black, the black rainbow, okay? So do you see how trimmed? You see how trimmed? It's all the way around, all the little hairs, all the little tips of his ears. Okay, so this is option number 3. This is a heat transfer vinyl, but it's white. And it's a sublimation. So you put this in your printer. So I'm going to show you these two. I'm going to show you the white one again. So this one, 2-step process. Okay. There's a print and then there's a clear. 2-step process. This one, which is covered in dog hair. Holy moly. You don't want to see the back of this one. That is what it looks like. Trying to hold these up. I miss Barb. She could have been helping me hold these. That is what it looks like with the white. So this is white in the back, and because it's solid, that means I can print it and stick it on anything, any color that I want. Now here's the only thing, and if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you're going to understand this reference way better than anybody else. Do you remember the stickers that had the fuzzy little stickers that we used to get for our sticker books? They have like a little tiny bit of a fuzzy texture. That's what this reminds me of. It's not fuzzy, but it has like, this would be a great time for YouTube to enact like a way for you to touch through the screen. This is as smooth as can be. This one feels like silk. This one has a very, very, very slightly texture, but I can't describe it to you except that it has, Heather, where are you? I know that you understand what I'm talking about. It has that very slight little bit of texture to it. It's not fuzzy, but it's reminiscent of that. I knew Heather would understand what I meant. So, Teresa, actually, option 3, yes, thank you, Jenny. Like a suede, but like the least amount of texture on a suede that you could get, if that makes any sense. So this is actually the least amount of work because this one gets printed on, directly onto the vinyl, one piece, throw it onto the scan and cut. The scan and cut goes around, cuts it out. This one is a 2-step process. So it ends up like price wise, it's about the same because the 2 steps versus the 1 step. But this one, if you're going to cut around it, you have to align them perfectly. Imagine cutting a piece of interfacing to a shape and then cutting a piece of fabric to the exact same shape and then trying to line them up before you press them. That's what happens with the clear on the back. This one, I don't have to do that. So I am so incredibly happy that you guys like the black one, because this one is the easier way to go, and I think it's awesome, but I wanted to see what your opinions were. So, I mean, look at how vibrant. And I think it's even more vibrant because of the white background instead of the clear, where you're still gonna see a little bit shine through. So I'm very, very excited about this. So that has been the other thing that I've been doing while I'm here, is getting designs ready, because when I go home, I want to just start printing them, just get them all printed, and then get the pieces of cork that I want to put them on. So I'm so glad you guys like the black, because the thing I was thinking was that yes, the natural is great, and yes, the white is great, but those might not go with the bag that you're making, and you're doing something in red and blue and green, whatever you're doing, and now your only option is white or natural, and you don't like either one of those with your project. I thought this would be a really cool way to do that. So let me look at the comments real quick, because I see a lot of them coming up and I can't keep up with them. So, okay. Cindy, did I try sublimating and lining fabrics? I did, and I thought I had it with me, and I must have left it home. I did sublimate on a piece of waterproof canvas, and it looked really, really cool. But, there's always a but. It's hard unless I have that pre-cut and I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it, because like this, you're gonna fussy cut and put it into something. You're going to visualize where this goes. This might be the whole top of a bag, it might be a flap, it could be whatever you want it to be. You could cut this out and stitch around it. There's so many options for you. Doing it on the lining fabric, I'm not sure about placement, because you might have a zippered pocket and now it cuts off half the fox, or you have something else. So it's definitely something that possibly for the future, I'm trying really hard to focus on one thing at a time, which is hard because I have ADD. So I can't just do one thing. I'm always doing way too many things. So I want to try the the cork. I want to try the cork, and also tumblers, because they're just freaking fun. And then I will start playing more with lining fabrics. So great question. Okay, what do we, hold on. My logo. I don't know if you want my logo, but if you want your own logo, that's something I would have to get to again in the future. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to do, I've been telling you guys for a long time, is bag tags. Not just the sweary word bag tags that I personally prefer, which some people like, but other types of bag tags. The issue with the laser is the engraving part of the laser takes forever, like forever. And so it just was becoming a process to get bag tags done. But I think I can sublimate them and make them way quicker, and then we can have some cool cork bag tags. So that's one thing. You guys are loving the black, which is making me happy. Okay with texture, like suede, yes, good. Okay. Christy wants to know, will I be bringing these to class? I can absolutely bring them. I'm sorry if you're not coming to class this weekend. I'm going to let them see these. Don't worry, they're still going home with me. You can't have them, but I will let them see them. And so maybe sometimes you guys have the best words and you say, oh, you know what this reminds me of? And then I can tell the rest of you, this is what somebody said it looks like. So yes, I will bring them so you can touch. So like an ultra suede, yes, definitely. Barb likes the black. Well, if Barb's on board, then we're all on board. That sounded sarcastic and it wasn't. I do listen to what Barb says. Is the fox something you can size larger or smaller? Yes, absolutely. So that is all up to me on how I print it. And I've been preparing most of the prints that I've been doing, that I've been getting ready to print next week, in the 6.5 to 8 inch range, because I think if you want to put it on a flap, it will work. If you want to center it on a bag and still have handles, it will work. So I've been kind of playing around with sizes. When these are available for sale and they're done, they will have, pictures with rulers so you can see the sizes and everything on there. I've been having a lot of fun with these rainbow colored animals. It's like a big thing right now. I've been playing around with some different just like a different variety of stuff. I want to try a bunch of things and see what sells and see what doesn't sell. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is I print something, no one likes it, I take it to a show and somebody likes it there, or somebody down the road likes it. And if something sells really well, we do more. So let's see here. Oh, very cool. You have a site that you follow and she's fantastic. She does sublimation. Well, email me. I would love to see it. I love to follow other creators and see what they're doing. So rainbow bag tags. Now, rainbow, like the words would be in rainbow, or like give me more. Give me more, Celinda. What do you want for rainbow bag tags? Because I want to know. I want all the stuff. I see here. Did I get everything? Did I miss anyone? This is really hard when I have to do this by myself. Barb, you should be in North Carolina with me. She's going to be mad that I said that. Let me see here. I think I answered all the questions so far. Okay. So, are there any other questions? Because I just threw a whole bunch of stuff at you that I didn't even plan on doing. Everything rainbow. Yes, absolutely. Everything rainbow, because why not? So let's see here. Oh, I forgot to show you this one. I really like this one too. Now, I like this one, but I don't like this one at the same time. This one, I don't know why I didn't bring you, Barb. Because I'm stupid. I think that I would like this one better if this had the clear vinyl, but I could also be wrong on that. I did a B, but do you see all the white? All of that white is the vinyl. So I like it, but I don't know if I love it yet. I think anything that has an abundance of white, like if I had done this on clear, the wings would be yellow polka dot because that would show through. I don't know if I love the white though. I'm trying to figure out certain things don't work as well. So you have to do things and they have to fail sometimes. I think that the more saturated rainbow color like this, I think is better than something like this with white. I don't know. I love this B, but I don't love this B on here. I like it, but I don't love it. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I don't like it on the black. I did do it on a piece of black. And I don't care for it. It just, I don't know. If you like it, I'm happy. But it's not, I don't know, it's not my favorite. I think the really saturated rainbow colory ones are the better way to go. Let's see. I did this. Oh, this was another print, and this one skewed, unfortunately, but I don't know if I can show this to him. This one has swear words on it. So, because I was being salty. Oh, there it is. I can't hide it. Listen. There's some pretty flowers. I played with a design for a tumbler, and I decided to just print it on a scrap because I wanted to see how it came out. And if you don't tape your sublimations down, they can shift when you're ironing, and then you get something that's called ghosting. So that's another little tip. If you decide to buy sublimation prints online to add to something that you're doing, you're making t-shirts or whatever, go on Amazon and get yourself a roll of heat tape, the sublimation tape. It's usually orange or blue, and it's heat resistant. Get that, because if you don't tape your designs down and anything shifts on your end, you get ghosting, and it just looks like blur, and nobody wants blur when they pay and they're trying to make something. So that is my other tip for you. Get the tape. On the white, we'll work with some things. Yes, the white, there's definitely going to be, I think, a variety of how this goes. There's going to be some things done with the clear because it makes sense. And then there's going to be done, I think, a lot more done with the white. So like the black rainbow fox. Like, I just think that this kind of makes the most sense because it leaves so many options. Like, imagine if I had this and I was making a bag that had the iris colored cork. Like, I could put it on there. I could put it on really on anything. Where the clear, I'm going to be limited. I'm going to be like a little bit more limited on what I can do. So that's what I've been working on. Just so you know. So even when I'm away, I'm doing something. And since you didn't hear a lot from me last week, that is what I was doing, is playing with my sublimation printer and my heat press and my mug press, because I just like making tumblers, because I like owning tumblers. And now Eric has stolen some of my Starbucks tumblers, So I think that means that I get to make more for myself. He said, I really like these, and now they're not mine anymore. Okay, so my watch wants me to stand up. Let's see here. Joe, are you just joining? Did you see the fox? Because I'm trying to pick a design. I wanted one of the rainbow animals, and I thought there's so many of them and they're so cool. Which one do I want to print first? And when I saw the fox, I was like, I'm doing the fox because Joe would love it, and that's all that matters. So that's why I did the fox. So unless you have any more questions, I'm probably going to wrap this up. I did just want to say a couple of quick things at the end. It is the end of our video. I wanted to give a little special shout out to someone who's probably going to watch this later, and that is a gentleman named Gary Smith. Welcome Gary to our group. He likes to watch our videos on YouTube. He is my friend's husband. So hi Gary, I hope you're watching. I just wanted you to know that I appreciate that you watch. I love when the husbands also get involved. Oh Joe, you're visiting your mom. That's way more important. So there's the fox, Joe, just in case you get to see. So I wanted to say hi to Gary. And I also, again, wanted to wish my sister a happy birthday because I'm having a really hard time with the fact that my sister is 24. It doesn't feel right. But wish me luck. She's making me go to a bar tomorrow. I am old. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to see. And I'm just praying that nobody thinks that I'm her mother, because technically I am old enough to be her mother. So I would just really, really like it if nobody made that assumption. So do that for me. Send me some good thoughts. Earrings should be coming to the website next week. Cork, prints, give me a couple of weeks. I'm going to try my best to get them on before the end of May. And when we're done here, I'm going to post a quick picture on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you see these, this is just going to be for anyone that missed today, just to show them. And again, if you have some ideas and you're like, I love lions or whatever it is, throw them in there. Let me see what you're looking for. Again, I saw that most of you like the black. Let's see what everybody else likes. It's going to be really fun, to see. Oh, you're welcome. I'm having such a great time with my sister. I don't think the two of us have really been able to hang out like this, like just the two of us, no parents, no husband, like just having like a nice sister time. I have been babysitting her dog. He's a gem. He's a great dog. She's been working, and today is her first day of teaching. She teaches for the summer semester because she's getting her PhD. So she is officially done taking classes. Now she's teaching classes, and all of that is blowing my mind. I don't know what to do with that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm leaving this afternoon to go to Raleigh to teach, and then I will be there also tomorrow. I will bring all this stuff with me to Raleigh, and next week when we get back, I'll be with Barb, and we'll see what I have to show you then. I have no idea what, but I think that's everything. I think that's all that I wanted to show you guys and tell you guys. I always think of something when I'm done, but I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go take some pictures and put some stuff on Facebook, so if you're there, head over, and otherwise I will see you next week. All right? Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.